Thokozani. My name is Noma and welcome to my online comprehensive classroom where we are changing our lives one lesson at a time. Today's lesson is all about Idlozi and Amatonga, Badimu Limeya Badimu, ancestors and spirits. What is the difference? Are they the same thing? We use them in our everyday lives as if like we're talking about the same thing. Today I try to break it down and help you understand what the differences are. Remembering please that everything that I'm teaching on this channel is purely from my own background, my own spiritual learnings, my own journey. So if I say something that you heard and it's different from what you've heard before, or if it does not resonate with you, please do not classify it as wrong. Just understand that spirit has its own way of giving you its own explanations at the right time for your journey as the person that will be carrying the spirit that you walk with. So these are all from my own learnings, these are all from my own experiences, and they're in no way the facts, but they are just correct and they resonate with me, and that what spirit has put in my path to walk with. So if you find the content in this video insightful, or if you have not subscribed to the channel yet, please do subscribe to the channel. You're gonna learn and we learn together in this classroom. So subscribe, hit the like button, share the lesson, because a lesson learned should be a lesson shared. My name is Nama. This is Learning with Nama. Let's get to it. The difference between the ancestors and the spirits. All right, when we talk about ancestors, let me start there and let me take it back to the native language, or to our native languages. When we talk about ancestors in isiZulu, we talk Amatonga, and it comes from the words abasebutongweni, those who are sleeping and they are in deep sleep at it. Those who have returned back to the Creator. So the ancestors are those who have lived with us, or who have lived on earth, those who came and experienced the physical realm. That's why when you go and you talk to your ancestors, we talk to our grandparents, our great-grandparents. So they lived our DNA, and their DNA match. You will find that the hair and whatever, there's still a DNA trace in them. So scientifically, it is also something that can be proven should the bodies be exhumed, that this person was really related to you. That is ancestors. So with ancestors, they talk to each and every one of us in the family. As long as you're related to them with your bloodline, you are genetically made up of their genes, they will communicate with you. Ancestors usually communicate through dreams, visions, or they can even talk. There's a lot of ways that they can communicate with us. You can hear voices in your ears, you can see things on the wall, or even on TV when you're watching. You just feel like this scene was made for me. There's a message in this. That is the way that our ancestors communicate, through scriptures. That's why sometimes you're just told, open the Bible, look at it and see what spirit has to say. And we will also talk about God in another video, but now we are just concentrating on Badimu. But they pass messages like that. They don't physically come and speak to you, but they will have channels in which they pass messages to you. And they talk to everyone in the family, like I said. So we all actually are supposed to have dreams about our ancestors, and dreams being one thing that is put in the forefront, because that is the most common way they communicate, but it is not limited to. That is not the only way they communicate. I know for the longest time, I was not really a dreamer. I didn't dream, but I would sit and I would just have a vision, or I would sit and I'll just listen to this person telling me this long story, and it will just stay with me, the story, as if like, and they're not just telling it to me, but as they're saying the story, it's like I've been taken to that place and I'm seeing exactly what this person is saying to me. So I'm sort of like a spectator of whatever that the story is about. So they communicate in different ways. You just need to identify the channel that your ancestors are speaking to through you, or how are they speaking to you, and then you will take that. It's not limited to dreams only. And if you are not communicating, or there's no communication from your ancestors to you, that is also something that creates worry. So you need to go consult, or you just need to try uPhahle and open the communication channels with your ancestors. Why do I say also ancestors speak to everyone? When you are born, you are given a guardian angel, as we know it in English. In the olden days, when a woman is pregnant, before she even tells the husband, she would go and report to the elderly woman in the family that were chosen, usually Rakgadi, and Rakgadi would then tell the other woman in the family, where they will go and report to the men, and they will then have to go to the shrine, where they will go and report the pregnancy to the ancestors. So the husband will be told by the elders and all that, but they would go and report. So uPhahle also has different reasons why we phahla, and we will talk about that in another lesson. So do subscribe so that you do not miss out on all this information when it comes online, all these lessons when I put them online. So they would go and they would report that Ngwetsia Lona is pregnant, Ngwetsia Lona so-and-so is pregnant, and she's carrying a child. Now they would ask guidance from the ancestors to say, who is coming back? Who is this child carrying? Whose spirit is the child coming with, carrying? And that is where Unotla Fumana Bana, they would be named even before you were born. And whether you come as a female or male, your name will be Thabang, because they understand that you are carrying the spirit that's going to bring joy into the family. How to Kimatsidiso, you are coming to give condolences in the family, maybe because your mother lost a child before you, maybe because you come after a miscarriage, maybe because you come after so many deaths in the family, but a name carried value in our tradition, and that is why they would always go and buy uPhahle and ask the ancestors. And sometimes maybe and so they understand that Nkgono Matshidiso is coming back in the form of this child, and that's why you'll say, oh, everything that she's doing is of her namesake. That is why I'm saying ancestors are connected to all of us. So we all are our ancestors' children, and ancestors do not require for us to believe in them. You believe, when we talk about belief, we are saying I believe in God, because I cannot identify God. I cannot say here is God. I cannot say God lived with me. But ancestors, whether you have the belief or you don't, they exist. It's just like how can I put it, water is there. Whether you believe that water exists or not, it is there. It's sitting. It helps you when you are thirsty. It washes the dirt off. So believing means you are taking something that cannot be proven in the physical world, and it's a belief, and you are holding strong to it. That's why you have to hold on to your belief. That's why you have to have faith. But ancestors existed. Ancestors are there. Their genes we are genetically made of their genes. So they don't even require for us to believe in them. That is ancestors. So ancestors speak to everyone. Kaofela, you have to wake up one day, whoever, but you need to have those dreams, and you need to understand who was your guardian angel, or who has been appointed from your ancestors as your guardian angel. So those are ancestors. Everybody is connected to their ancestors, and it is a problem if you do not have that communication with your ancestors. Now, Idlozi or Amadlozi, the spirit, Miyayabadimu. In Zulu, they usually say Idlozi Eldlozo Melayo, but I'm here to tell you the differences. So when we talk about spirit, spirit is genderless, spirit is limitless, spirit does not have any particular form, spirit only chooses who carries it. But we again as people can possess spirit, and I'm going to also tell you why I say you carry and then you are possessed by the spirit, or you possess the spirit as a human being. Uktwala. So those who are born carrying the spirit, and okay, spirit are also we have different types of spirits. We have umguni for us as African people, or with the African context, traditional context, we've got mguni, we've got malobo, we've got amagqirha, those batwasang itongela imhlophe maxhosa. You have, and that's why with spirit we'll say idlozila sekhaya or idlozila ngaphandle. So now I'm trying to identify those that are from the house. Bana le Sesotho, if you've got a bloodline with Basotho, utlaitsa bongaka ba Sesotho. So there's just Mazulu, they'll do ubkhosi or amakhosi. There's just a lot. And then masikhuluma ngedlozila ngaphandle, that's where we then bring abonzawo into the sphere. But again, with those spirits, you find you have umzawo wangaphandle and umzawo wasendlini or umzawo wasekhaya, because you might be blood related to the people of the Nzawo people. For example, myself, I've got a bloodline with the Mozambique people. My mother is Shanganis. They're from Shai in Mozambique. So it's not necessarily Guti is the Nzawo spirit from outside, but it is a blood related Nzawo spirit that I'm carrying. And then I do have two that are blood and one that is from outside. But you need to understand those kind of things, that spirit can be idlozila sekhaya or idlozila ngaphandle, and then you will understand what those spirits that you are carrying are there for. And the one that I'm saying that the reason why I say you carry the spirit, you are born with the spirit. So even before you come into this physical world, as you come closing your little fists like this, those are gifts. You have gifts. We all are gifted also. Different gifts. You can have a gift for singing, for sports. Those are general gifts. But then you have the gift of healing. Those who will give people water. They carry the spirit that has gift of healing. You will give people water, they get healed. You put your hands on people, they are healed. You talk to people, they are healed. And then you have those who are called. They carry a spirit that requires them to twasa. And those will be the Nguni spirit, the Nzawo spirit, all those kind of spirits. So you are called to go and twasa. And uktwasa means a transformation of the spirit from one nature to the other. Meaning that you've carried the spirit through birth, you have experienced the physical realm, but now because of the maturity of the spirit in you, it also now needs to transform and to start manifesting in the physical sphere. Then we say you go through the process of uktwasa, and again the lesson on uktwasa will be loaded very soon. Then we've got the spirit that possesses you. The spirit that possesses, okay, before I go to the spirit that possesses you, let me say, because you're carrying those spirit, you can carry idlozila sekhaya, which will always be. And if you're carrying idlozila sekhaya, then can you maybe have idlozila ngaphandle? So you'll always have to twasa first your bloodline dlozi before you can even cater for idlozila ngaphandle. You have to go through the Nguni part of it or the Basotho part of it. You are catering for your own bloodline. Then you can come to the Nzawo spirit, where we can then say you are une idlozila ngaphandle in terms of umzawo. Or like in Zulu they talk about idlozila semdawe lomdawe, if I'm saying it correctly, but they usually refer to it as amakhehla sekhaya, those who are not blood related, but they were taken in the house, in our homestand. Maybe they came to work, maybe they were close friends with my ancestors, ended up dying in our homestand, and they were buried with my ancestors in the same graveyards, because remember, graveyards were family related. So izobe idlozila ngaphandle lelo. And we will unpack them in separate lessons. I'm just trying to differentiate idlozi and amatong. And then those that we say they possess you, is when you are maybe, which is something that is commonly done now. People, when you don't know who's your dlozi, you are then directed to go uyopahla on the four-ways streets. You go ehlathini uyopahla, all those kind of things. Then you get possessed by the spirits. You carry them, they come and they possess you, because something that possesses you, it means there's aggression, and it's against your will. You are held hostage, and that is when we will then need to cleanse you or to take you through rituals that will cleanse you. And even in your spirits, when you possess, that's why Amazulu, when they speak, they say you have to have a calling, you need to have amadlozi. But when you have idlozi, then you need to be cleansed. There's a ritual that needs to be done, because a calling cannot work with one spirit. You need to have spirits that are going to work with each other and that are going to talk to each other. When you talk about idlozi lomdiki, for example, lendiki, for example, that means that the spirit is coming through. Maybe it's your grandmother who died through suicide, they killed themselves, or they were murdered, and now they are coming through to say, I'm sick, I'm not well, I cannot enter into the spirit realm because my spirit left my body in such shock. That's why we console ourselves with ukutsi remoni. But when they die suddenly, there's a disruption between the physical and the spiritual, because this person died and they still had plans for tomorrow, they still had hope for tomorrow, their diary still had appointments. So there's a sort of like, I'll say, there's no closure even for the spirit and the physical, and that's when we will need those rituals to be cleansed. And those are then the spirits that we say have possessed a person, and we need to separate you from the spirit, but not by casting. You cannot cast a spirit out, especially that which is that you are carrying. If you are carrying a spirit of your ancestors, it was lasekaya, and you need to carry the gift, and you go and you are told the spirit is cast out, you cannot. You came carrying it. It is part of you. You were born with it. But those that are possessed, when you cast them out, remember, even in the Bible they tell you that Jesus directed the spirits to go to the peaks. So that is why when you do the rituals where you are told a spirit is being cast out, there's always a sacrifice that needs to be made, or an animal that will be involved, to say, when we cast the spirit out, where are we casting it out to? Because spirit cannot be roaming around. Spirit always needs to be attached to something. And then we can then do the rituals as we do them ebungomen. And then when we talk about spirits that are possessed, that's where we talk about uktwala. When you go to the natural spaces and you find people going there to say, I know there's powerful snake that has powerful spirits that can help me be rich and that can help me do this and this and this. And then we possess the spirit. So you keep the spirit hostage and you start getting wealth and riches from the spirit. But now you need to also sacrifice for the spirit, give it cows, give it whatever. So that is uktwala, and I'm not talking about uktwala, but I just wanted you to understand the difference between the ancestors and the spirit. And the other thing that is very significant with spirit, remember I said ancestors speak through dreams, visions, voices, touch, feeling, all those. With spirit, idlozilias kulumela. Spirit speaks for itself. That is why you will then need to evoke the spirit. That's why you see abankoma evoking the spirit and sikhuluma nedlozi ukuthi thokoza mkhulu thokoza gogo. And saying thokoza mkhulu thokoza gogo does not necessarily mean that I said the spirit is genderless. It's just that we identify the spirit whether it's carrying feminine energies or masculine energies. And usually what happens, the spirit will carry the energies of the last person or of the mission that it carries. So when you say thokoza mkhulu thokoza gogo, you find you have the spirit ugogo is coming through, but the spirit is so masculine, because it's not really ugogo wako, but it is the spirit that ugogo was also carrying, the spirit that gogo was also working with. That's why it will be your gogo's spirit, but then kuzotiwa the spirit is acting so masculine, because the spirit in itself carries masculine energies, but it was working through ugogo in your family, and that is why it becomes a bloodline spirit, or idlozi lasekhaya. So spirit speaks for itself. Spirit will then be evoked, and spirit will tell us, Ugubani, how do you relate to Godwana? What do you want to do? What is your gift? What do you come carrying? Because even spirit has a specific assignment to it. Then spirit will tell us, I work with water, I work with muti, I'm a herbalist, or I'm a diviner. I'm the one who's going to help Godwana to see amatambo, or I'm going to be the one who works with the head. I'm just, a seer. That is the difference between idlozi and amatonga. So we are all having ancestors. Ancestors should communicate with all of us, but spirit is carried by a few who are chosen, and they are called to twasa into this, or to twasa, and twasa aktwasi wena as a person, but sitwasisa the spirit that you are carrying. So the initiation, or as we know it, is for the spirit, because we are transforming spirit from spirit and bringing it back into the physical realm. That's why you're gonna need ikobela, because ukobela is gonna help you and your spirit to understand each other. As you evoke, they'll be the one communicating with the spirit, and you will then understand the characteristics of the spirit, what the spirit wants. Because when you evoke, you are not here. The spirit takes over your body, and then you're going to need someone else to explain to you what was happening and what the spirit say. Our ancestors, they are all ours. We all carry our ancestors. Ancestors communicate to everyone in the family. If you're not communicating with your ancestors, or they are not communicating with you, you should be worried. Get help. Try to align, because you are always connected with your ancestors, but just try to find that alignment so that you can hear what they're saying, and the communication channels can be open. Spirit, we've got different types of spirit. Those who come carrying the spirit when they are born, they are called in the the field of uktwasa ubungoma, as we know it in African traditional medicine or healing. And itlozilia sikhulumela, the spirit will always need to be evoked, and it will always speak for itself. That is why we need to understand the process of uktwasa is transformation, assisting the spirit to understand that you are now in the physical body, but it's not your body, it is somebody else's body. You are going to work through this person as a channel for you to do whatever assignment that you need to complete in this physical realm. Ancestors, ours. Itlozi, different spirit, and Itlozilias Kulumela. Ancestors, they speak through other channels, dreams, visions, and all that. I hope that I have brought some clarity into your understanding of the difference of ancestors and Itlozi. If you found the information insightful, please do subscribe to the channel, because you heard as I'm speaking, there's lots and lots and lots more to come. So please do subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, share the lesson, because in this classroom, a lesson learned is a lesson shared. Do not forget to hit the notification bell as I put all the other lessons on, so that you can be notified and be the first one to learn. My name is Noma. This is Learning with Noma, and we are changing our lives one lesson at a time. Until next time, thokozani lesedi bana babadi.